Beautiful Landover, Maryland is the site for the beginning of the NFL 2021 season, presented by EA Sports Madden NFL 22. I am Nick Rice. Today's game features Ryan Fitzpatrick and the Washington football team against the Los Angeles Chargers. Ryan Fitzpatrick has been on nearly a dozen different NFL teams, and for this year, his Washington football team begins the season a 17-game season against the team of the Chargers that have likewise been much improved going into this year. High expectations for both clubs, the Chargers and the football team, and this makes for a very revealing matchup for the NFL season. The Chargers, fresh off a disappointing end to last year with so many one-possession losses. In fact, in the last 3 years, the most of the NFL have been to the hands of the Chargers. They take on a club in Washington that is starving for some playoff success. The team that went 7-9 last year, they did make the postseason, but had a brutal first-round matchup, a loss against eventual Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay. Washington and Los Angeles in a sellout crowd to begin the year from Landover, Maryland. It should be a great football game. Former Charger head coach Ron Rivera faces off against the rookie Brandon Staley, last year's defensive coordinator for the #1 defense of the NFL. That was the LA Rams. We are ready to get this one started. Madden NFL 22 presents the Chargers and the football team. Dustin Hopkins, a 9-year pro out of Florida State, will serve kickoff duties for the football team today. There's a look at star coordinator of last year's top-ranked scoring and total defense in the Rams, Brandon Staley. Ron Rivera, the former Chargers coordinator, is in his 11th NFL season as a head coach. He guided the 2015 Panthers to the Super Bowl, where they lost to Denver in what was a crushing finale to the Panthers' hopes of winning a championship with Cam Newton. Number 24 for the Chargers, Nasir Adderley, is deep as we begin the NFL 2021 season with the kickoff to the 2 and is brought back on the right side to around the 14 by Adderley. The AP Offensive Rookie of the Year of last season, the all-time rookie record holder in touchdown passes with 31 in the 2020 season. He takes the field. That is the signal caller out of Oregon in Justin Herbert. Nearly 4,400 yards passing. He looked like a veteran quarterback in his rookie year with the Chargers. According to Pro Football Focus, he was led by the worst offensive line in the NFL in the 2020 season, yet he still lit up the league on the offensive end. It is a raucous crowd here from Washington as the Chargers visit the football team. First play of the year goes nowhere for the Chargers as Washington's Daron Payne swallows up the runner for a loss. 4-year pro out of Alabama is unheralded on one of the great defensive lines in the game right now, led by Jonathan Allen, Montez Sweat, and Chase Young. Washington has one of the league's premier defensive lines, and they will be a major challenge, not just in today's game, but throughout the 2021 season for opponents, especially in that very tumultuous NFC East. Herbert drops back to the 3, and his pass is batted down to the line of scrimmage. Chase Young gets a hand on that football, and it brings up 3rd and 12. Los Angeles had 2 Pro Bowlers last year, one on offense and one on defense. Keenan Allen is one of the great wideouts in franchise history. He's in his 9th year out of California, and is slot to the left side for the Chargers on a 3rd and 12. Herbert with a 4-man rush. He is pressured by Young and flips it short to his right. There's Williams, who is spilled to the 21-yard line by Cole Holcomb to go along with Landon Collins. The Chargers have begun the game with a 3-and-out. Nick Rice in hand in what is a riveting season-opening matchup between these two teams. The football team is led by former Chargers coordinator Ron Rivera, now the head coach of Washington. In his first year in 2020, the football team made it to the playoffs. And also the football team's offensive coordinator, Scott Turner. He is the son of former Charger head coach Norv Turner. This punt is fielded by Sims, and now Ryan Fitzpatrick in his 17th NFL season out of Harvard. He takes the field for Washington to begin the 2021 campaign. 13 touchdowns to 8 interceptions last year for the current Washington quarterback. They were down to their third stringer was the football team last year. And for Washington, the quarterback quandary has really been a storyline for about 3 decades now, since Joe Theismann and Mark Rippon and so many great signal callers from the 80s and 90s are gone from the football team. Now they're searching for that franchise guy. Fitzpatrick certainly looks like a guy that could formidably take over for the football team this year. Gibson gains 6 on the inside. He is wrapped up by Jones as Los Angeles, led by Pro Bowl defensive end Joey Bosa, takes on a team in Washington that ranked 25th in yards last year. 2nd and 4. Washington spreads 3 receivers at the 39. Bosa is in on the rush. Fitzpatrick overthrows an open Antonio Gibson on the shallow cross. It brings up 3rd down as Fitzpatrick's first attempt of the football game is incomplete. Well, there also were major changes going into this Madden game, and you could see it right away. All sorts of new home field advantages are supplied to Washington right now as there's unstable ground for the Chargers. 4-man rush. Fitzpatrick throws off his back foot. It seems as though the Chargers look very comfortable early on the defensive end as that throw is a bit short to Barber, and it's Washington that goes 3 and out to begin the game. Deep to return for Los Angeles is last year's star rookie out of Ohio State, KJ Hill. He stands inside his own 20-yard line. Washington's Tress Way gets rid of it downfield to the right side where Hill reels it in and goes nowhere. Jimmy Moreland makes the play for Washington. 1st and 10 for the Chargers. Justin Herbert and the LA offense takes the field for their 2nd drive. The Chargers, certainly with Melvin Gordon moving on to the Broncos, faced some hurdles running the ball, which made for a very perplexing year for Justin Herbert as the quarterback shined despite a very productive offensive line and run game. Quick flip to his left, and there is the Pro Bowler out of California, Keenan Allen, gain of 6 on the slant. His first catch of the year puts him out to the 20-yard line, Keenan Allen. Well, the Chargers have a host of very productive wide receivers. It certainly made life a little easier for the reigning rookie of the year, Justin Herbert, Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, and also for the Chargers in the right slot is Josh Palmer, the rookie. And Austin Eckler gains nothing again. John Bostic, 9-year man from Florida, makes the stop for Washington. Neither offense has done much early in the game. The Chargers were the 9th-ranked offense in the NFL last year, but they're up against the top-ranked scoring defense and the 2nd-best total defense in the NFL from last season. Herbert is under duress. His throw is complete, but way short of the 1st down. Adonis was one of the pass rushers for Jared Cook. He had no chance. And that brings up a 4th down. Well, if Herbert faces this sort of pressure throughout the game, well, the Chargers are in dire straits. Washington forces the punt, and the football team not only is status quo up front, but they also acquired high-round draft picks in their back 7, so that makes for a very promising future for this club. Punt end over end is fair caught at around the 37-yard line by Sims. Washington took a 1st-round, 19th overall choice, Jamin Davis at linebacker, and also brought in a 3rd-round draft pick at cornerback. So Washington has retooled for this season on the defensive end, and they go up against a club in the Chargers that spent most of their draft capital on the offensive end, even though they did pick up Asante Samuel, the longtime Eagle star. His brother, relative, something to that sort. Asante Samuel Jr. is now a Charger. Deep pass is incomplete. Fitzpatrick is off to a rough start. Michael Davis, who just inked a brand new multi-year deal with the Chargers as their star #1 cornerback, 5-year pro out of Brigham Young. He is there for the pass breakup for Los Angeles. Slow start to the game on offense for both clubs. Chargers have 13 yards to Washington 6. Deep drop for Fitzpatrick. He looks to his left and is pressured by Joseph. His pass is caught by McLaurin to the 44. It's a gain of 19. First down, Washington. Now the Chargers yet again supplied a good rush. Linval Joseph was scot-free to Fitzpatrick, but he makes a beautiful throw. There's Terry McLaurin, 3-year man out of Ohio State, who is coming into his own as Washington's top target for Ryan Fitzpatrick. Midway through the opening quarter, it's been a thrilling game so far from Landover, Maryland. From the 44-yard line with a fresh set of downs, here's Fitzpatrick, and he overthrows the shallow cross. It's incomplete as Ron Rivera looks on for Washington. The football team under his watch went 7-9, but won the NFC East, which was certainly the NFC least last year. They were, in terms of win percentage, one of the least productive divisions for a season in NFL history, with Dallas, the New York Giants, and Philadelphia all struggling with losing records. Fitzpatrick with a flag thrown. This may be a hold. The quarterback rolls to his right and throws it away. This may be coming back. Holding on Sam Cosmi, and the football team with the Chargers having a choice to accept or decline. They'll face a 2nd and 20 instead of a 3rd down and 10. 3:23 remaining in the opening quarter. For those of you just joining us, there is very little offense in today's game between LA and Washington. Fitzpatrick and company with 3 receivers in the game need the Chargers 34 for the first down. And here comes Bosa, who brings him down to the 37. It's a loss of 9. Well, his brother's pretty good too for San Francisco, but Joey Bosa has wreaked havoc in the AFC this year, and over the last couple of seasons, Joey Bosa makes the play this time. He is the highest paid player in Chargers history, as he just signed a brand new deal. Well, he is scheduled to be 3rd and 29 after Bosa. Shows why he is such a highly coveted player for this Los Angeles defense. Chargers bring 4. Here's Bosa again as Fitzpatrick overshoots the seam route to McLaurin, but this may be a hold on the defense. Huge mistake for Chris Harris, one of the great covermen in the game. First down, Washington. I mean, just a disastrous mistake from Harris, a former undrafted rookie free agent, now in his 11th NFL season out of Kansas, star Bronco, and now a great number 2 alongside Michael Davis with the Chargers. LA's had quite a few great corners over the course of the last 20 years. Inside run, here's Antonio Gibson. He runs right through the youngster Derwin James. First down, Washington. Excellent running from Antonio Gibson. 2nd-year pro from Memphis has earned his spot as the football team's starting running back. Move those chains as Gibson runs right through James. Here's another look at that incredible run from Gibson. Great stuff from him. Washington ranked 25th in offense last season, but they do have a young and improving running game, which makes for an exciting future for Washington in the NFC East. Peyton Barber's first run of the game gains 3. There's a look at the sellout crowd here from Landover, Maryland. Late in the opening quarter, both offenses were stagnant over their first 2 drives, yet Washington has come alive here late in the first quarter. They're up against the 10th-ranked defense of a year ago. Los Angeles gave up just over 343 yards per game. Fitzpatrick in the red zone, rolls to his right with plenty of protection. He slides to the 17. 3-yard quarterback scamper from Fitzpatrick as Brandon Staley is calling some plays alongside defensive coordinator Ronaldo Hill of Los Angeles. The Chargers with, of course, the former outside linebacker coach of both the Broncos and Bears, and the defensive coordinator of the NFL's #1 defense in the Rams of a year ago. They certainly have a defensive mastermind out there. Head coach Fitzpatrick flips it to his left. And on 3rd down and 3, it's a gain of 8. Asante Samuel Jr. makes the stop for the Chargers. It's a 1st and goal. Really just botched coverage there by the Chargers as Samuel, rookie, gets beat to the outside. Rookie from Florida State. But he certainly should improve over the course of his first year in the NFL. 1st and goal. Washington's incredible drive continues. Adam Humphries is checked into the game at slot receiver. Fitzpatrick fires into the end zone. The Chargers didn't see him. It's a touchdown for Antonio Gibson. Los Angeles had 2, maybe even 3 different botched coverages throughout that drive, and to cap it off fittingly, Gibson wasn't just open, there wasn't a Charger on the screen. And with 1:27 to go here in the first quarter, out of the hold from Washington's Tress Way, the kick is good. 9 plays, 62 yards in 2.5 minutes. The football team has scored the first points of the season. It's a 7-0 Washington lead. Brandon Staley is a bit beside himself as the Chargers get torched on that very impressive drive by Ron Rivera's bunch. Number 3, Dustin Hopkins, a 9-year pro from Florida State. He'll send it away for Washington. The Chargers have had a dismal start to the game on offense. Let's see if Nasir Adderley can give them some better field position for this next drive. Hopkins belts this one deep, and it soars about 5 yards deep, where Adderley is down the ball for a Chargers touchback. Chargers take the field at their own 25. There's Justin Herbert, a spectacular rookie season for LA. He is joined at the running back spot back there behind center with, of course, Austin Eckler, a 5-year pro who takes over for Melvin Gordon as the bell cow for Los Angeles in the 2021 season. And right behind him is a young but emerging Joshua Kelly. Herbert on a 1st and 10 is hit as he throws. He finds his man over the middle. That's Jalen Guyton. He spins to the 36, taken down by Cole Holcomb. That's a 1st down. Jalen Guyton, a 3-year pro from North Texas. With so many star receivers for the Chargers over the years, this guy was a very important 3rd option for Herbert. He looked very comfortable when throwing towards Guyton. Last year, he picks up the 1st down. Austin Eckler cuts back to his left and gets crushed by Young, continuing what has been a frustrating start to the football game for Eckler. That may be a yard, but that's it. 2nd and 9. Under a minute to go here in the opening quarter. On a raucous crowd from Landover, Maryland. Washington leads by 7. Nick Rice in hand for the season opener on Madden NFL 22. Herbert hands to the inside. And on 2nd and 9, Jackson gains 4. As Ryan Fitzpatrick looks on for the football team. Washington is led by Fitzpatrick, but very soon the football team, I'm sure, will be looking for a long-term answer at that quarterback position. You'll see exactly what the game plan is moving forward for Rivera and his club, who hopes to win the division again this year. Final play of the first quarter for Herbert. He is under duress, and Matt Ioannidis makes the play, and the Chargers are forced to punt. Kendall Fuller, he is jazzed as this defense is so far giving Herbert all sorts of problems up front. Very little pass protection. Credit the 2 ends, Montez Sweat and Chase Young, for bringing in some double teams. Quarter has come to a close, and as we take a look at the numbers, both teams have been held in check offensively, more so for the Chargers than the football team. We are ready to begin the second quarter. The Chargers offense is in the huddle, but I don't know why. The punt team is set to check in. 3-year man from Alabama, Birmingham, in Ty Long will send it away for Los Angeles. Start of the second quarter, Washington with a Fitzpatrick touchdown to Antonio Gibson leads it 7-0. This punt soars throughout the 24-yard line where the fair catch is made by the three-year-man Steven Sims. Start of the second quarter and Washington takes the field led by Antonio Gibson. He has a receiving touchdown along with 12 yards a carry. The second-year pro out of Memphis has been excellent for Washington. Yet another American Conference running back who has come in right away to the NFL and has played very well. 1st and 10, Washington sets up shop at their own 24. The Chargers will line up in a 3-4 defense to begin this critical drive. Washington looks to take a commanding lead on this possession. Off the right tackle, Gibson gains 2. He is pulled down by K9, Kenneth Murray, second-year man from Oklahoma. Well, the Chargers, they have been very productive over the years. They have the 14th overall win percentage this century, so since 2000. They made the AFC title game in 2007, but they really haven't been quite great enough to compete for a Super Bowl in many of the years. On the outcut, here's Curtis Samuel, who was wrapped up just short of a first down. The Chargers have been very close on a couple of years. Look back just 2 seasons ago, led by Anthony Lynn, the Chargers beat the Ravens in Baltimore to begin their playoffs before they got crushed by New England in the divisional round. That was the final Super Bowl season for the Patriots. Sweeping run to the right side goes Gibson, and he is smoked to the 46, tackled by James. First down Washington as Gibson keeps it going here late in the first half. And to the delight of Ron Rivera, Washington has had no problems run blocking against this Chargers defensive line. Derwin James, who has missed the last 2 NFL seasons with injuries, he is back into the fold as the Chargers starting safety. 4-year pro from Florida State. Snap to Fitzpatrick, another handoff inside to Gibson. This time he goes nowhere. Wrapped up by Justin Jones and Jerry Tillery of the Chargers. LA has a young but very promising defensive line against the run. Their issues have been rushing the passer, and we certainly expect Washington to throw the ball at 2nd and 10. 2 tight ends in the game of their own 46 as they lead it to the football team 7-0. Another run off the left guard to Gibson. That's a pickup of 2. Another tackle from star Sooners linebacker Kenneth Murray Jr. He joins a long list of great run-stuffing middle linebackers for Oklahoma, a perennial Big 12 champion who now has, not officially, but unofficially, moved, joining Texas to the SEC. 3rd down and 9, here's Fitzpatrick. Bosa's in on the rush. He takes a shot to the end zone and overshoots his man. He certainly had about a half step, did Antonio Gandy Golden at wide receiver. That brings up a 4th down and 9. Justin Herbert's off to a slow start for that offense. He rears up and readies for Los Angeles. Washington will bring on the punt team. Tress Way, another former Sooner. He sends this one deep. Way was one of the best punters in the league last season, and he sends it out of bounds at the 29-yard line. Justin Herbert takes the field for LA. A frustrating first half thus far for the Chargers quarterback. And now he begins what is now his 4th drive. Not only scoreless, but LA has done next to nothing yet to cross midfield on all of their first 3 possessions. Inside run to Eckler, and he is tripped up right away. Chase Young, the defensive rookie of the year, against the team led by the offensive rookie of the year, that being Justin Herbert. He makes the open field stop. And if he plays well this season, Chase Young may just ink one of the league's all-time greatest deals in the offseason for a defensive lineman. I mean, he is just that good against the run and also rushing the passer. 2nd and 8. They'll go to the ground again, and this carry for Austin Eckler epitomizes his first half. Run for no gain, tackle by Young, and the Chargers, who have had a humiliating 3rd down performance to start, they haven't come close on their 3rd down so far. They face a 3rd and 6, needing the 39. 4 receivers in the game. Herbert with the 3-man rush has plenty of time. He looks, he rolls to his left and fires over the middle to Williams. First down to the 45. The rookie, St. Just, makes the stop, a 3rd-round draft choice. First down, Chargers in the gain of 12. Mike Williams in his 5th season out of Clemson. Well, the Chargers, at the time, picked Mike Williams in the top 10 of the NFL draft, 2017 draft, when Deshaun Watson was still on the board. And at the time, it didn't look like all that smart of a decision, even though Williams has turned in a fine career. Watson, a perennial first-team All-Pro, as this Herbert pass is complete to the 45. That's yet again Jalen Guyton for the first down. The Chargers, Mike Williams has had a great year, but not quite the career of Deshaun Watson until just recently. With his legal trouble, it certainly looks as though the Chargers are a bit pleased to have Williams versus Watson, especially with Justin Herbert playing as well as he did in 2020. Draw to the left, and with the flag, Eckler gains 3. Jalen Guyton at wide receiver commits the hole. John Bostic, the outside linebacker who made the tackle, he fortifies this Washington front 7. While they had a fantastic front 4, did the 2nd-ranked defense in the NFL last year in Washington, their back 6 or 7 at times, wherever they go, nickel or 4-3, did struggle to an extent, but it doesn't matter when guys like Jonathan Allen make a play like that. He stuffs Eckler back of the 47. And by this point, well, the Chargers may just feel compelled to throw the ball the rest of this half with plays like that being made by Allen. Aboshi missed the block, and Allen makes the play. And there is all sorts of talk about Alabama players, even on defense, being run right into the edge of their potential in college. But in the NFL, they're great Crimson Tide players all around. Herbert rolls to his right and throws across his body to Allen. And that is complete, giving us 2 minutes to go in the half. 7-0 Washington on a Fitzpatrick touchdown pass to Antonio Gibson. That was a gain of 7. And with 1:58 remaining in the second quarter, the Chargers face a 3rd and 12. Empty formation for the 2nd-year pro from Oregon. Here's Justin Herbert. Blitz is coming for Washington, and he flips it to his right. It's complete, but Williams is short of the first down. Landon Collins makes the play for the football team defense. That gives Washington another chance on the offensive end with all 3 of its timeouts. Chargers will punt. Ty Long attempts to pin Washington inside the 10, but he won't do so. That is just a 20-yard net punt. And Washington has ample opportunities to add to its lead here late in the first half. Led by that man, just a 2nd-year NFL player in Antonio Gibson, the bell cow for this offense at 6.5 yards a carry, and an absolutely great security blanket for Ryan Fitzpatrick this game and throughout his NFL career. Great stuff for Washington's Antonio Gibson. The football team, with all 3 of its timeouts, has the ball at their own 20 with a 7-0 lead. Chargers bring 4. Bosa screams in on the blitz. That pass is tipped up in the air by Tillery and is incomplete. 4 for 10, 44 yards and a touchdown. Nothing near the spectacular numbers that we saw the Washington quarterback in the playoffs against that Tampa Bay defense. He put on a show in the wild card loss to the hands of Tampa Bay, 31-23. Fitzpatrick fires to his left. It's intercepted to the 30-yard line by Samuel. The rookie makes a big play for the Chargers. LA takes over. The first overall pick on the defensive end for LA, Asante Samuel Jr. makes the biggest play for this defense today. And it was just an ill-advised throw for Ryan Fitzpatrick, and Washington takes advantage. Well, the football team, led by Taylor Heineke, they put the Buccaneers to the brink in the wild card round, but the Chargers against Fitzpatrick, who is either a big play or a big mistake waiting to happen, makes his first big miscue of the football game. Herbert on a deep drop, looks to his left of the 24-yard line and throws the short cross to Allen. That's a 2-yard pickup. Herbert has had a scintillating first half with 9 of 10 completions, and with 1:31 to go in the half, the Chargers inch closer to the red zone at the Washington 22. We're tied at 7 with 1:31 remaining in the first half. Chargers spread 4 receivers in the game. Washington brings 4, but there goes the tight end. First catch in the ball game for Jared Cook, a 13-year NFL pro out of South Carolina. 3rd and 1. Chargers need the 14, and considering how rough the running game has been in this first half, LA may feel compelled to even throw in this area of the field. 3rd down and 1 to go for Herbert. Good protection this time, and he throws right away to Allen at the 9. Gain of 6 and a first down. Goal to go for LA as they are just, with the incredible job up front that time, they're just giving Herbert enough time to find his receivers. And Keenan Allen, the All-Pro out of California, he is certainly in rhythm now with his 4th catch of the ball game. And Herbert is 11 for 12 too. 1st and goal. Herbert against the blitz, swings to his running back on the left side. And Eckler's out of bounds at the 5, shoved out by William Jackson, a 5-year cover man from Houston. He brings up 2nd and goal. 57 seconds remain in this first half. Chargers are on the doorstep with a 2nd and goal on the left hash. Crowd roots for the defense. Here's Herbert at the 5. He's looking. He rolls to his right, pressured by Boston, and he throws it out of bounds. 12 for 14 with 79 yards. A very impressive first half for Herbert as the Chargers now face 3rd down and goal. And considering how quickly this drive has been, Washington may have another chance for points before the half ends. Herbert with 2 receivers to his right. On 3rd and goal, he's back to pass. And the pressure's coming again for Herbert, who throws it away. Herbert had a touchdown lane had he taken off with it. Instead, the Chargers are forced to settle for the field goal. Well, who knows if he would have gotten caught short of the goal line. Maybe that is a circumstance where Herbert doesn't want to test whether or not he loses the ball in this area of the field. Chargers attempt to take the points. Chase Daniel, NFL journeyman in his 13th season out of Missouri. He holds for the field goal for Michael Badgley. That kick is good. A chip shot even shorter than a PAT for Badgley. And as this late afternoon affair moves forward, the Washington football team nurses a 7-3 lead. 42 seconds remain in this first half of a riveting bout between the two clubs, intra-conference foes to begin the year, as the Chargers, they do take on the NFC East this season. At Washington tonight, home for the Cowboys in their debut game in front of fans at SoFi Stadium for the 2021 season. Badgley hammers the football away for the Chargers. It soars to the left side of the 2. Taken back by Sims to about the 18. 38 seconds remain in this first half. And Washington's offense, which showed some signs of life in that first quarter with Gibson running the ball well, the momentum has swung to some degree with that interception from Fitzpatrick. Washington has 38 seconds left here in the second quarter, but all 3 of its timeouts. And it looks like they are going to test that secondary. They spread 3 receivers in the game. 2 backs alongside Fitzpatrick. Bosa's on the rush, and he is hit as he throws. That Fitzpatrick pass is out of bounds. 4 for 12, 44 yards, a touchdown and an interception. Despite the strong start, Fitzpatrick has been thoroughly outplayed to the quarterback spot by Herbert, but due to the excellent running game by Antonio Gibson and the great run defense for Washington, well, the Chargers are down by 4 late in this first half. Fitzpatrick. Nwosu's on the rush. He fires to his left. A hitch to McLaurin. That's just short of a first down. It looks like Washington will not burn a timeout, as time is on the Chargers side. 17 seconds remain in this second quarter. 3rd and inches. Chargers threaten blitz as they bring in James, the safety, into the box. Play fake to McKissick. Final play of the half, barring a penalty, is a deep shot from Fitzpatrick, but fittingly it's out of bounds. He goes 5 for 14 to close the first half. 2 quarters in the books. It's a battle of defenses. Right now Washington leads by 4, but the Chargers have outgained the football team 69 to 51 through the air. The problem has been the Chargers in stopping the run so far. Short passes and short completions, that's been the name of the game for Herbert and company through the first 2 quarters. Presented by Next Gen Stats, let's look at the running performance. The football team has 40 yards rushing in this first half. The Chargers have only picked up 5. And with that, we are just about ready to begin the third quarter with the Chargers down by 4, but certainly up on the momentum side, as Asante Samuel picked off Fitzpatrick on his own end, and that led to the field goal from Badgley. 7-3 Washington, as we are just about ready to begin the second half. Chargers, Michael Badgley will send it away. No, Ty Long, I'm sorry. Badgley, the place kicker, but he'll withdraw duties to Ty Long for the kickoff game. He'll send it away deep for the football team. That's number 32 for the football team, Lamar Miller, 10-year man out of Miami. He is down the ball for a touchback. And Washington sets up shop at its own 25 to begin the third quarter. Well, for Ryan Fitzpatrick, a topsy-turvy first half. Has to feel pretty good that his football team is up by 4. And with 2 quarters to go, Washington sets up shop at its own 25. 1st and 10. Washington brings in 2 tight ends to begin this opening second half drive. Gibson has played well, and he takes the inside handoff here to begin the third. And he's wrestled down to the 30. Uchenna Nwosu, the former Trojan, makes the stop for the Charger defense. That brings up second down. Antonio Gibson has been the only player alongside one run from Peyton Barber to touch the football on the ground tonight. And for Washington, it's paid huge dividends. He also has the only points scored for Washington on offense, a receiving touchdown. Fitzpatrick fires to his right. It's a leaping catch in front of Michael Davis. First down Washington. It's a gain of 5 to Curtis Samuel. Washington has come out firing, led by the quarterback who just tossed the interception. That's the sort of short memory we're accustomed to seeing out of Ryan Fitzpatrick. 1st and 10, his football team on their third play of the drive. We're at their own 35, and there is Samuel on the deep pitch. He beats Drew Tranquil, the buzzing linebacker, for the first down. Move those chains. Fitzpatrick is on fire to begin the second half. Asante Samuel converged as well for that Charger defense. 5:34 to go in the third quarter. Football team brings in 2 tights on the right-hand side. Chargers counter with a 3-4. Handoff of the left tackle to Gibson. He gains 1, smoked by Tillery and Jones at the 48-yard line. Kenneth Murray, he got a hand on there, but it appeared certainly to be the combo of Tillery and Jones on that first down run. 2 minutes gone by here in the third. Nick Rice in hand from beautiful Landover, Maryland. The sun is set for the season opener between intra-conference rivals Washington and LA. Fitzpatrick guns it to the right. The Chargers are reeling in the secondary to begin the second half. It's a first down hookup to Curtis Samuel. As Washington keeps the chains moving, Michael Davis got turned around on coverage, and Washington converts. This drive has already used up 2.5 minutes, and the football team have another fresh set of downs. Out of the gun, here's Gibson to the inside, and he gets crushed for a loss. There is Joey Bosa, disruptive yet again. He makes the play. It's his second tackle of the football game. He also has a sack registered in the first quarter. As you can see, number 94, Deron Payne, is part of a defensive front for Washington, has been excellent. And now LA has shown some pulse up front and stopping the run. The tight end, Logan Thomas, gets beaten by Joey Bosa on that first down carry. We're just about midway through the third quarter, and Washington still has the football. They're at the Charger 41. LA brings 4. Here's Fitzpatrick, who throws to his right. Thomas makes the catch with a flag thrown. Hold against seconds. The right tackle, Sam Cosmi, in this football game. So the deep throw from Fitzpatrick goes to no avail. 3:54 to play in the third, with Washington nursing a 7-3 lead. Chargers, as mentioned, have their home opener against Dallas. Then they visit AFC reigning champion Kansas City in their next road game. That's in week 3. 2nd and 21. Hand off to Gibson. He races outside to the 47 for a gain of 4. Chased down by Murray after the short run. Well, Washington, likewise to the Chargers, have had a very disappointing third down effort so far today. They need the 31. This would be their most impressive play of the game if they can convert this. They face a third and a long 17. Gibson releases against the blitz. He finds Gibson to the right flat. This could be roughing the passer. Let's take a look. The drive continues for Washington. The blitzing cover man, Chris Harris, affords Washington a fresh set of downs. Huge mistake by Harris, who has now given Washington 2 third down conversions by default. A brutal pass interference penalty wrecked them in the first half, and a phantom roughing the passer continues this football team drive late in the third. With 3 minutes to go in the period, they'll go to the ground again, and the 2-yard run off the left tackle for Gibson. He is stopped at the 20 by Tranquil, 3-year outside linebacker out of Notre Dame. Well, Washington has put together the drive of the game. They have 2nd down just inside the red zone. This possession has used up all the third quarter clock so far. Fitzpatrick fires to his left, and he is nearly picked off again by Samuel. It brings up 3rd down. Asante Samuel is having the game of all rookie debut games. What a performance by Samuel so far today. Ron Rivera is talking to his coordinator crew, Scott Turner, Jack Del Rio, to find some answers. Washington's Ryan Fitzpatrick, that's what makes him great and what makes him such a nightmare for a coaching staff, as he is one of the league's last remaining great gunslingers this side of Brett Favre. Slants, Samuel reels it into the 12. And Fitzpatrick has crossed the century mark, but his offense stalls on a crucial 3rd down. Great stop inside by Davis, as Herbert loves it. The Chargers are set to get the football back as the lengthy Washington drive comes to a close. If Davis even relents to some degree, Washington doesn't convert, but it doesn't matter here. The football team are going for it. Slants, and Fitzpatrick missed it. Intended for Thomas, the pass falls incomplete. Washington gambles, and it doesn't pay off. .158 to go in the third. Keenan Allen and the Chargers take the field at their own 12. Los Angeles boasted the 9th-ranked offense in the NFL last year. Over 382 yards per game, but they're up against the 2nd-ranked defense of 2020 in Washington. Football team line up in a dime. Herbert begins with a pass. Chargers down 4 late in the third. Herbert rolls to his right. He tucks, and Herbert runs. He's at the 20. and loses the football. It's recovered by William Jackson. Herbert didn't take off on that previous drive. He does so here. He is late on the slide, and off the forced fumble from Fuller, former Chief cornerback, the Chargers commit their first turnover of the game. And even though Gibson has struggled in the second half, his offense has a great chance to add to its lead. 1:49 to play in the third quarter. A disastrous turnover for the Chargers gives Washington a chance to take a commanding lead. A top 10 defense in the Chargers up against the 25th ranked Washington offense of last season. But given this situation, off the Herbert fumble, the football team are on the doorstep. Inside run, and with a head of steam, Gibson gains 8. 12 carries for 60 yards, and all the momentum now. What a performance tonight by Antonio Gibson. It brings up second down. Washington has outgained the Chargers 143 to 91. Second down. That Los Angeles defense has been on the field for a majority of the game, and it looks like it's starting to rear its ugly head here. The football team are pounding the rock against this fatigued defense. Play fake. Fitzpatrick's going to pass, and with plenty of time, he finds a wide-open McLaurin on the deep cross. It's a gain of 16 before Nasir Adderley saves the touchdown. He is tackled at the 6. Brandon Staley searching for answers. Ronaldo Hill, the defensive coordinator, searching for something, but they have had no answers right now. Los Angeles is searching for its first AFC West championship since all the way back in 2009 when they went 13-3, but Los Angeles that year had a very disappointing playoff performance. Fitzpatrick against the blitz. He is sacked by Tillery down to the 9. Great performance up front by the Chargers defensive line. They are young but becoming much better at rushing the passer. They were just 25th in sacks last season was Los Angeles. Tillery, who was one of the prized draft choices back in 2019 for LA. He has had a slow start to his NFL career, but Jerry Tillery is coming into his own in the National Football League going into this season. Fitzpatrick, to close the third quarter, is sacked again, and here he goes with a fumble, recovered by Bosa to the 24. Huge mistake for Fitzpatrick. The Chargers get the football back with 6 seconds left in the third. Uchenna Nwosu, who forced the game-sealing fumble in the playoff win against the Ravens back 2 years ago. Nwosu, disruptive yet again, forces the second Washington turnover tonight. Los Angeles, they've got a chance, down by 4. And for those interested in fireworks on offense, you've come to the worst place. The Chargers and the football team in a war of attrition right now on the defensive end. Final play of the third quarter is a run, and it goes nowhere again. Austin Eckler has had a nightmarish night for LA. 7 carries for 4 yards. End of the third quarter. And as we take a look at the numbers again, Washington has outgained the Chargers on the ground. Look at that on the bottom side. 55-6. But as we head into the fourth quarter, it's just a 4-point football game. In favor of the football team, it's 7-3. The difference in this game so far is that the football team punched in their red zone trip with a touchdown to begin the game. Fitzpatrick goal line scored to Antonio Gibson. Chargers couldn't punch it into the goal line. Herbert was stopped on a third down run. Herbert begins the fourth quarter with a throw, and he's going for it all. It's a jump ball to 25. And it's knocked away from the Chargers' Jared Cook. Certainly not the team's top long ball target, but Washington lost a step on Cook, who nearly converts with the big play. Cook is a longtime great Green Bay Packer, but also played for a myriad of other NFL teams and the tail end of his excellent NFL career. Herbert with the four-man rush, lobs it short to his right. It's complete to Guyton for a gain of 4, but it doesn't matter for LA here as the Chargers are forced to punt. 3 and out for Los Angeles. Off of the Fitzpatrick turnover, Los Angeles could not take advantage. So with 6:42 remaining in the football game, Los Angeles yet again brings in Ty Long, who has had a busy night in punt duties for Los Angeles. Punt soars at the 28, and that is reeled in on the fair catch by Steven Sims. And now Washington's Ryan Fitzpatrick, in an effort to close the game, takes the field to their own 28. If this football team plays like this on the defensive end, Washington may just win almost every game on their schedule. What a performance today from the defense, as Herbert and the Chargers have done essentially nothing on the offensive end today. J.D. McKissick is off and running on the left side. Gain of just under 10. That'll set up 2nd and inches for Washington. Coming up for the football team, their homestand concludes with a division matchup against the New York Football Giants in Week 2. That is a Thursday night game on the 16th before they hit the road for visits to the Bills and the Falcons. Play fake for Fitzpatrick. He guns it over the middle. First down to the gain of 16. Curtis Samuel and the passing attack of the football team, it's been excellent. And they deliver yet again. Brandon Staley's beside himself. It's a first down for Washington as Fitzpatrick looks poised and comfortable for this offense. Curtis Samuel moves the sticks. 5:35 to go in the ball game. If the football team scores a touchdown, that may be too much to overcome for the Chargers. LA brings 4. Fitzpatrick dances, and he throws to his right. Yet another wide open Terry McLaurin. He makes the catch for a gain of 9. Fitzpatrick, who had a 4 for 12 start to the game, has been nearly perfect ever since. Of course, he did have the fumble in the red zone, but in terms of his passing, Fitzpatrick has been brilliant in the second half. A Firkser-type performance. Play fake. Heineke-type performance. Fitzpatrick rolls to his left, loses it again, forced by Bosa. Here's McKissick on the recovery. The football team gains 26 as Fitzpatrick, that was exactly how you draw it up in the playbook, fumbles forward and his running back scoops and his running back nearly scores. What a wild sequence of events that was. Joey Bosa, as Fitzpatrick may have, if he released the ball, been penalized with a forward pass beyond the line of scrimmage. That was insane for the football team, and it winds up right in the hands of McKissick. Longest play of the football game for the ground is that one. 4:37 left. Football team, they squandered their last red zone chance. Gibson releases. The quarterback takes off again and slides on the hash at the 7. Brandon Sheriff, star offensive lineman for Washington, is down and out of the game. Ron Rivera is in his 11th NFL season as head coach for the NFL. 10 years with Carolina, or rather 9 and 1 for Washington. All time, Rivera is a winner of 53.5% of its games, 83 wins to 72 losses and a tie, and reigning division champion. Murray drills Gibson to the 6. Ron Rivera, it should be noted though, is just 3-5 all-time in playoff games, and those 3 playoff wins include the 2-1 season, a 2015 Super Bowl run for Carolina. 3rd and 5. 4 receivers are in the game for Fitzpatrick in the offense. They're at the Chargers 6. Fitzpatrick, he is back to pass and flips it to his left for McKissick. That pass goes nowhere. Rivera's beside himself. The football team stalls yet again in the red zone. They have a touchdown, a turnover, and now it appears a field goal on their red zone trips tonight. Dustin Hopkins 9-year man from Florida State. This is about as makeable field goal as you'll have. It's a fake. Here's Hopkins, who fires into the end zone, and it's a touchdown for John Bates, the tight end. Fake field goal pass, and the football team are on the board late in the game. What a play call by Ron Rivera, and Washington scores with a Dustin Hopkins, the kicker, touchdown pass to the tight end. This drive featured a fumble from Fitzpatrick, which bounces forward 26 yards to his running back, and a fake field goal pass to put the football team up by a near insurmountable 11 points. 8-play, 73-yard drive. That was as wacky as it gets. Football team 14, Los Angeles 3. And now the Chargers have their work cut out for them in the game's final 3:52. As the Chargers search for their first playoff berth since they beat the Ravens and played the Patriots in 2018, the Chargers, along with the football team, fresh off a 7-9 season. Well, the opener has certainly not disappointed, but now it all comes down to this for LA. Nasir Adderley, the 3-year pro from Delaware, is set to return for Los Angeles. From the goal line, here goes Adderley. And he brings it back on the hash before he is stopped by DeShazer Everett, a 7-year man from Texas A&M at the 21. 3:49 to go in the game. The Chargers take the field, needing a touchdown or at least a field goal, but they need it now. Here we go, Los Angeles and Washington to begin the 2021 NFL season. This one's getting good. 198 yards for Washington. The Chargers have been held to under 100 yards today. Herbert quickly throws a screen pass, a middle screen to Eckler. Luckily for the quarterback, he didn't lose the game right there. Nearly picked off by the defensive end, Chase Young. Second down. The Chargers need 79 yards for a touchdown and about 45 yards for a field goal, which would make this a one-score game. 2nd and 10, here's Herbert from the gun. He rolls to his left. Herbert takes off for the 20 and slides in front of the convoy of Austin Eckler and also Kendall Fuller. That's a gain of just under 10 for the Chargers signal caller. 3:29 remaining in the game. 3rd and inches for LA. Crowd is on its feet to root on the defense. 3rd and inches, a stop would seal a Washington win. Here's Herbert against the 4-man rush, and he completes the first down on the left flat to Williams, and it's a gain of 13 at the tail end of that. Excellent catch and run. The rookie St. Just makes the play for Washington. 1st and 10 LA with 3:06 to go. Herbert goes deep. This could be another roughing the passer. And the game isn't over yet. William Jackson III, 5-year pro from Houston. A crucial penalty continues the Chargers' drive. Los Angeles, by this stage of the game, considering how much they have struggled inside the red zone and really anywhere in Washington territory today, they'd love to get a touchdown here. Either way, a field goal, or rather an onside kick, is brewing. Screen pass. And the left side, here's Eckler with a flag. He is wrapped up by Fuller. Gain of 8. From nearby Virginia Tech, Kendall Fuller commits the face mask. Huge mistake against the former Chief. 1st down, Chargers. Next week, LA is at home against the Cowboys. And on Thursday night, the football team continues their homestand with a matchup against the Giants. 2:56 remaining in the game. Chargers are just outside the red zone. It's a 11-point Washington lead, but the Chargers have something brewing. It's one of their best drives of the game. Herbert, slant to Williams, and he is taken down at the Washington 1. John Bostic saves a touchdown as Williams was wide open. 1st and goal. By far and away, it's the best Chargers drive of the game. 1st and goal for LA. They're at the doorstep of a much needed touchdown. Joshua Kelly and Gabe Neighbors out of the goal line package. They're behind Herbert in the eye. Inside run to the running back, Joshua Kelly. Touchdown Chargers. Joshua Kelly's story is a great one. As a former unheralded product out of small school UC Davis in Northern California, he asked to walk on to UCLA late in his collegiate career and is a late-round draft choice out of the Chargers after a star single season with the Bruins. He stands behind one of the great undrafted players ever for the Chargers in Austin Eckler, and he becomes a focal point of the offense here late in this game. 2-point conversion, Herbert gets crushed. Fumble recovered by Eckler, but the Chargers' 2-point try comes up empty, and with 2:20 to go in the game, the Chargers, down 5, need a touchdown to win it. Great job up front by the Washington defense. Cameron Curl on the blitz fell down, but John Bostic came in at the blind side and brings down Herberts. The Chargers could settle for the kickoff here and hope their defense forces a 3-and-out. And that appears to be the game plan as Ty Long has teed it up for the Chargers. 2:20 remaining in the game. Washington 14, Los Angeles 9. And indeed, they will bring out the kickoff. Here is Ty Long to send it deep. And it soars to the goal line, but this is returnable. He goes next to nowhere, the run back from Miller, but he is stopped by wide receiver Josh Palmer, a rookie out of Tennessee. The game comes down to this. A brilliant performance has been turned in today by Antonio Gibson, the young running back of the football team. And now he needs just 1 or 2 first downs to seal a Washington win here in the opener. 1st and 10, they're at their own 16. Washington brings in the offset eye. They'll go to the ground. Here's Gibson. He is pulled down by Linval Joseph, a 12-year pro out of East Carolina, wraps up the runner after a short game. And it all comes down to this. 2 minutes to go from Landover, Maryland. Washington 14, Los Angeles 9. Football team win the game with a first down pickup. Chargers get a chance to come back down as much as 11 if they force a 3-and-out right here. 2nd and 7 is upcoming for the football team, and they will spread 3 receivers. McLaurin is at the top of your screen, but they'll settle for the run. Off the right tackle, here's Gibson, and he goes nowhere. Timeout, Brandon Staley and the Chargers. Last year's defensive coordinator of the NFL's top-ranked Rams defense, Brandon Staley, with a riveting first game for Los Angeles, has really coached a great performance out of his bunch. That defense, certainly against Fitzpatrick, has played well. 3rd down and 6. Out of the pistol, they'll go to, no, it's a play fake. Fitzpatrick's going for the win right here. He rolls to his right. Here's Murray on the blitz, and his pass is caught. Adam Humphries' first catch of the game is the winner for Washington. Timeout, Brandon Staley and the Chargers. They go for it all with a downfield pass from Fitzpatrick. That was a gutsy decision from the quarterback, the head coach, and overall the football team. And Washington delivers. What a performance today by that offense. They didn't do too many great things. Fitzpatrick had 2 turnovers tonight, but they were just good enough. Inside motion for John Bates. Inside run, and Gibson has another first down. Wrapped up by Adderley, and the Chargers use their final timeout. It's a formality now. Washington is going to win the season opener. Our score 14-9 was the sort of tally that we expected coming in between these 2 top 10 defenses. And for the Chargers, who went just 3-5 on the road, last year. They take a tough one to the chin here at Landover and fly across the country back to SoFi Stadium to host the Cowboys next week. A great performance throughout by the football team, especially on defense. Deron Payne and Jamin Davis celebrated the sideline. Washington's defense was excellent against Justin Herbert and company en route to the home win. Antonio Gibson with another handoff, sweeps to his left. 17 carries for 82 yards. What a performance tonight by Gibson. Drew Tranquil, former Fighting Irish linebacker, makes the tackle. And we should see a victory formation. Indeed, that is the case for Fitzpatrick to close the game. Impressive win for Washington as Fitzpatrick drops to a knee. And that'll do it here from Landover, Maryland, as both teams who went 7-9 last year have playoff hopes again and division championship aspirations this season. Washington gets on track early with a home win over the Chargers by 5. Not much offense to speak of today as the two top 10 defenses deliver in the opener. Washington 14 and the Los Angeles Chargers 9. Player of the game had to have been that guy, Ryan Fitzpatrick, as he tosses for over 150 yards and the touchdown early to Gibson. Play of the game certainly was the fake field goal on 4th and goal. That was Dustin Hopkins. That may have been the sort of touchdown which hurt the Chargers late in that fourth quarter. Chargers gained just under 140 yards. Washington at 253. Congrats to the Washington football team with a home win of the opener, 14-9. For the rest of our crew, this is Nick Rice from Madden NFL 22 saying so long